This is Conversations with Paycheck and Red, a weekly podcast with two good old boys talking about anything and everything that crosses their mind. You may not know what you're going to get with an episode of Paycheck and Red, but you sure know you don't want to miss it. So do what you got to do. Download the app, find the episodes online, and make sure that you don't miss 1 second of Conversations with Paycheck and Red.
Hello, hi, and what's up, everybody? Thanks for hanging with us, degenerates, yet again. I'm Paycheck, and as always, I'm with my best friend, Red. Tell him what's up, brother.
What is up, party people?
I don't know, man. I'm kind of liking the old one. Go back to the old one.
What's up, party people?
Now go to the new one.
What is up, party people?
Dude, I don't remember signing off on that, man. Did you run that by the board?
I did not. No, I made that decision on my own.
Well, tell them what we're talking about today.
Oh, man. I don't know. It's a secret. I don't know if I should tell them or not.
Well, I mean, it's only a secret if you're getting or giving blowjobs in the back door. From what I hear.
That's definitely not what's going on here. Have you ever, when you were little, did you ever build like tree forts and forts in the yard and no girls allowed and He-Man woman hater shit? Did you ever do that when you were little?
Does a bear shit in the woods?
Of course he does.
Wait, does a frog bump its ass when it jumps?
I believe so.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
It was a secret, right? It was a secret.
Yep.
Yeah,
So it's about secrets?
you know, secret, secret societies is what we're talking about today.
Societies like local or like mainstream shit? What are we talking about here?
Mainstream shit, like the secret stuff, like the big hush stuff. Yeah, man.
Like we're fixing to get in on some government, some entertainment, some athlete bullshit here. Is that where that's the direction we're going?
Yeah, I think so. It'll probably end up there sometime at some point or another.
Cool. In all seriousness, I'm going to enjoy this episode because this is my shit. This is what I'm into. This is what I like doing. I like researching shit, reading shit, and watching shit. Okay, I'm into a lot of shit these days. So, whoa, dude, was that a fucking shotgun?
Nah, dude, it was a beer.
Did you just shotgun a beer?
No, I haven't shotgunned a beer since I was probably 17.
Yeah, sorry, me and the wife are right in the middle, like schmack. Is it schmack?
I think you could say schmack, whatever you want to say. I think it's on where you're from, really.
Yeah, I like schmack. We are literally schmack dab in the middle of a safety meeting. So I'm going to be
smack dab in the middle of a safety meeting.
Yeah, so I'm going to be very talkative. I'm going to lose my train of thought a few times.
Oh hell!
I'm going to giggle a little bit.
Are you gonna giggle like a little schoolgirl, like kind of giggle, or like grown man guffawing?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that because right now at this very moment, most people that know me know that I have 3 daughters. So I have my 3 daughters here and 2 of my nieces and my wife. So I have 5 females here under the age of 17 and my wife. So you may hear some little giggling and a lot of the word like, and like the other day I was like at the mall the other day and like, oh my God.
That is like a lot of fucking estrogen in your house.
Yes. Oh, and I forgot. I do have a bully. He's He's a male, so it's just him and I, man. We're the only males in the house.
I feel bad for you.
Yeah, so you may hear some damn Britney Spears or whatever the hell teenage girls are into these days, whatever music.
I don't think it's Britney Spears.
Yeah, probably not, but that's how out of the loop I am when it comes to shit music.
Right.
So what's up with you?
Oh man, living the dream, working, paying the bills, you know, the usual. Nothing really special except for I'm beginning the packing process for vacation.
Yes. So as many of you know, or some of you may not know, but Red and I live in different locations, geographical locations. He lives in West Virginia. I live in Florida. But I've known the guy for, a long time. We talk every day. He's my best friend. So finally, I don't know. I saw you in March, right? So it hasn't been too bad.
No.
So we're all getting together, his family, my family. We're meeting up at an amusement park down here in Georgia.
Georgia.
Yeah,
I want to hear some Ray Charles now, man. Damn it.
He's probably singing a song or writing a song about Valdosta.
I promise you, whenever I cross over into the Georgia line, that song will be playing on the radio in my vehicle.
Well, let's. I want to let our listeners in on a little something a little funny. I'm gonna do it at your expense, of course.
Of course.
So
we're fucking with my vocabulary again, aren't we?
Well, I mean, not exactly. More like your pronunciation of the vocabulary. So I'm from Georgia. I traveled all over the world and all that stuff, but I know Georgia. So there's a city here in Georgia that we're going to an amusement park, and it's called Valdosta. Everybody knows Valdosta, Georgia, but for some reason, Red believes it to be what is it?
Valdosta.
Valdosta, Georgia. Now I know that a lot of y'all might think, well, shit, that ain't funny, or whatever. But for me,
to Georgians, to Georgians, it is. I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, Valdosta, Georgia. So I'll see you Friday night.
You'll be in Valdosta. I'll be pulling up in the Valdosta.
Yeah. And hope that they are the same place and the same time, just in different dimensions.
Right, yeah.
We talked about that last episode, right? Dimensions and all that shit.
Yeah.
All right, so man, let's get started. What is all this secret bullshit that you're talking about?
Well, I mean, since the beginning of popular culture, I guess you could call it, there have been talk and rumors of secret societies. From
Kids Club?
Yeah, I guess you could call it that. I mean, from the really most popular to the really obscure, not so popular, never heard of kind of shit. So I think I'm going to try to touch on like the 7 most exclusive, like the 7 most popular, I guess.
Wait, there's 7?
Well, there's more, but I'm talking about just the 7 most exclusive.
Yeah, I'm surprised to hear that there are 7.
Yeah, well, there's hundreds, thousands of them even, I think I read somewhere, but I'm just going to touch on the 7 most exclusive. Because we don't really have time in one episode to touch on thousands of secret societies, so I kind of narrowed it down to the 7 most exclusive. The first being, everybody knows this one. Everybody knows if you've watched TV or seen movies or read a book in your life, you've probably heard of this one. Or in construction, yeah. They're called the Freemasons. The longest running secret society in the general population. Still in existence today, actually. They do the whole, I actually knew a couple of Masons growing up, and they had like secret handshakes, these weird ass rituals, and you get promoted by the level of respect that the lodge has for you and all that kind of stuff.
Wait. Are these the guys with the red hats that do circles?
No, man, that's Shriners.
Okay.
That's Shriners. That's a totally different club. They're not so secret.
Yeah, apparently.
Not if they're in parades doing circles and go-karts. They're not that bad. The Freemasons have been around forever, though, dude. Like, I think, I read somewhere that it was like founded in London in 1717 or some shit. And a lot of these other clubs, a lot of these other secret societies, these clubs, if you will, take some of their rules and rituals and shit from the Freemasons. So they're kind of like the basis of the whole entire shit. You know what I mean? So,
I have an uncle who is a Freemason, and it's funny that you talk about Freemason because and just real quick, I know you're going through your list, but what I know about the Freemasons is that most of the people who are a Freemason but are at a lower degree Freemason, they don't even know what the hell's going on.
Right. Yeah.
They're oblivious until they get to a certain degree.
Yeah, I don't know the names of the degrees. There's names for each of them, for each of the degrees of respect. I don't know the names of them or anything. I didn't dive that deep into the whole thing, but I do know. I had a friend that his dad was a Mason when I was growing up, and whenever he was in public, he had a certain way that he stood. So in public, other Masons would recognize that he was a Mason and do the whole head nod, or they would come talk and do the secret handshake thing or whatever. And there was a certain way that he stood. So I know there's a lot of secrets and a lot of hushy-hush things that the underclassmen, if you will, aren't privy to.
But now, why would he want other Freemasons to know that he was a Freemason? Like, what is it about a Freemason that...
Just a head nod, just a recognition thing, I think. Just to know that you're amongst other Freemasons and they are watching you. Not that it's a negative thing. Well, I mean, it is a little creepy, but, you know, stoners have their own thing. You know what I mean? They either smell like weed or they wear tie-dye like hippies or something. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody has their own little thing that they do in public to let others know that they're around. It's a societal thing, I think. But anyway, moving along.
I get it.
Moving along. Number 2 would be, and this one's weird. There was a movie about this one. I think it was actually called Skull and Bones. Is this one? And it was a secret society that started at Yale University back in 1832 by a man named William H. Russell. And it actually started off being called the Eulogian Club, I think is what it was. And then they kind of, that's not cool. That's not, nobody's scared of the Eulogian Club. But when you say Skull and Bones, that shit sounds kind of weird. You know what I mean?
What, weren't the Bushes in there?
Yeah, I was going to say there's been 3 presidents.
3?
Yeah.
I know 2. Who's the third one?
It was an older president. Not of this century. I think it was an older one. I'm not really sure which one it is, but I know the Bushes, Junior and Senior, were in Skull and Bones.
Yeah, I watched something that said that they, it's a, isn't it like an all brick building with no windows?
Yeah, something like that. And it's weird though because they do, and I touched on this when I was talking about the Freemasons a while ago. They base their rituals on the Masonic rituals, which is the weird handshakes and the little rites of passage into the club or whatever, into the organization or society or whatever it is. But in all reality, if you think about it, if you do your research on the Skull and Bones, it's nothing more than just a glorified fraternity.
Yeah, but
I mean, that's my opinion. I mean, they're not as exclusive as some might seem. And there was a movie about it. I can't remember the guy from Dawson's Creek. What's his name? Blonde-headed kid. I can't remember his name.
I'm sorry. Do I give you the impression that I'm the kind of guy who watches Dawson's Creek?
Yeah, man. Everybody watches Dawson's Creek. I can't remember his name, but anyway, he was in it. And people that are listening that watch Dawson's Creek know what I'm fucking talking about. I don't know what the hell his name is.
Dawson's Creek.
Blonde-headed kid. I don't know what his name is.
Dawson?
No. Motherfucker, Dawson. No.
It's called Dawson's Creek, motherfucker.
But that's not his real name.
Oh, you want to know his real name?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's information that you're just not privy to, sir. I mean, who are you, the Illuminati?
No, I'm not the Illuminati. So, moving right along. You have the Rosicrucians.
Now, that's one that I've never heard about. I know
Yeah,
you and I spoke
this
about
one-
it a little bit the other day, but
Yeah, this one came up in a documentary that I've seen one time. Actually, on the and we'll get to this one in a minute, but it was a documentary on the Illuminati. But they were
what are they called again?
the Rosicrucians.
All right, spell that for us, please.
Rosicrucians. Rosicrucians.
Rosicruc.
No. Rosecrucians.
Roseirucians.
Sure. Yeah. Rosicrucians. Which
Okay, so
is
that was-
which
that
is
was
taken
R?
which is taken
Aura?
from. Oh my God! Yes, Aura. OSICRUCIANS. Why are we so worried about how it's spelled?
Okay, so that was Aura. OSICRU as an umbrella. CI.
ANS.
Dude, that's creepy. CI, the all-seeing eye. Dude, what the fuck, bro?
What?
Holy-
CIA? What?
Oh my God, dude, we just cracked it. We just cracked it.
Illuminati confirmed. Illuminati confirmed. Anyway, the Rosicrucians, they were like from the 15th century by a man named Christian Rosenkreuz. If I'm pronouncing that right. I'm not really good with my German.
You're Jurgen?
My German.
Oh, German.
Yeah, German.
Like men's is this.
Yeah, they were reported to be using occult practices to bring about global transformation.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah, dude. That's what the internet says. 2 centuries later, the publication of 3 manifestos launched them into popular consciousness.
Do you know those 3 manifestos? Which manifestos?
I do not. I'm reading a brief summary of each that I've taken notes on.
Looks like you're just gonna have to leave the note taken to me, man.
Well, I'm giving you the gist of every club. I'm not giving you like hours of specs here. We don't have time to touch on every
Right, that's
spec.
right. I forgot you
Okay.
mentioned that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. So get with the program. They are also believed to have founded the Freemasons, the Illuminati, the Freemasons, the Illuminati, and the Invisible College.
The Rosicrucians did?
Yeah.
That's R-O.
Oh my God. Yeah, exactly. R-O. Yeah. And another little sweet little tidbit is they've been the guiding force behind every significant revolution in modern history.
I have heard that. I've also heard that they were behind the Communist Manifesto. That may be one of the 3 that you're talking about.
You know what else I heard?
I give up.
That they are behind the Teletubbies.
Shut your mouth.
That's what I heard.
How so?
I don't know. That's just what I heard. I can't give any explanation on it. That's just what I heard. How about this one? You ever heard of Bilderberg?
That's another one that I'm not familiar with. What is,
19
I'm assuming that's a person?
Well, it's a secret society called Bilderberg. In 1954, the world's most influential movers and shakers, they used to meet in a hotel to discuss the plan of the coming yearly global agenda. And they have continued to meet every year but the content of their talks has remained a highly guarded secret.
Ooh, I'm ready to get to the good stuff, Red.
They are not technically a secret society, though, since their existence and membership are not in question, but many conspiracy theorists worry about the influence and reach of their annual meetings. So this is just a bunch of old fuckers talking about the weather and shit, baseball, and, they just call themselves a secret society.
No, dude, you just said that they get to meet together once a year to talk about the global direction for the, not verbatim, of course, right?
But they're not technically a secret. So if you're talking about global agenda and world domination or whatever the fuck it was, why wouldn't you be a secret society? You're just a bunch of old fuckers meeting in the hotel lobby talking about shit.
Yeah, but it's not a secret today. It's just people aren't. What's the expression? They're not awoke.
They're not
So
privy
Well,
to
no.
the word.
Well, no, they accept what they see on TV and on Facebook, and they accept that as truth and fact and reality. How many? Do you know how many people that I've mentioned? Of course, like I said, I wasn't familiar with the Rosicrucians or the Bilderberg.
Yeah.
But anytime I've mentioned my opinion, on world events, and I mentioned things like, Freemasons and the Illuminati and the Cabal, and dude, everybody looks at me like I'm dumb.
Well, I think we should start our own not so secret society and call it Paycheck and Redneburg. And we'll meet yearly in Valdosta, Georgia, at an amusement park, and we'll talk about world domination.
Yeah, but neither one of us.
I mean, that's some pinky in the brain bullshit.
No.
I mean, really,
Listen,
that's some pinky in the brain bullshit.
Okay, so think of it like this. And I know we're pausing right here, but because I want to get to one of my favorite ones, which I'm assuming is next.
Not yet.
Damn. Okay, well, go ahead and continue with your list.
Okay, the next one would be, I think this is number 5, would be the Elders of Zion. You ever heard of that one?
I
That
think
sounds
so.
like some Lord of the Rings shit, really, honestly.
Start right.
Well, 1920, the newspaper owned by Henry Ford ran a series of articles and a reprinting of a Russian document called the Protocols of the Elders of Zion. The document was nipped in the bud real quick as a hoax, but the articles were collected as a book and newly titled The International Jew, the World's Foremost Problem. Hitler read the book, influenced by and appropriated many of its ideas for himself. Let's see. Anti-Semitic theorists around the world still believe that the protocols...
Wait a minute.
What?
Wait a minute.
Why do you always interrupt me?
I think you made a derogatory. I think they prefer to be called Jewish. I think Jew. I think that's a derogatory statement. I'm gonna need
That's
to.
the name of the book. I'm quoting words. I'm not just calling them Jews.
Yeah, well,
I'm literally reading verbatim the name of the book. It's called The International Jew, the World's Foremost Problem.
yeah, but I'm from South Georgia. I can quote a lot of shit too. That don't mean it's appropriate.
Well, I'm just reading it. I'm just reading it. Okay, so anti-Semitic theorists around the world still believe that the protocols were genuine and that there was once a Jewish conspiracy to achieve world domination. So this is a Jewish secret society, I'm assuming.
That's a twist. That puts a twist in things.
Yeah. So excuse me. So the Jews are going to take over the world now?
But did you fart or something? What did you excuse
No, I
me?
burped. Sorry. I burped in my microphone. That was very uncalled for. My bad.
Don't waste airtime with burps.
Burps? I can't help it.
Well, let us know.
Better out than in. So
Okay.
next would be moving right along. Next would be the Knights Templar. I know you've heard about this one.
Yes, I have. I have heard of them.
Early in the 20th century, Knights took a vow to protect pilgrims traveling through the Holy Land. More Knights joined the cause, and the organization grew, gathering wealth, fame, and power as the influence spread. Popular culture has cast them in the role of funders of many other secret societies and guardians of the most sacred Christian treasure, which would be what?
I'm sorry.
The Holy Grail.
Hey, but wait a minute. The Knights Templar, were they? Is that who was affiliated with the Crusades?
So, but the members of the Knights Templar were eventually tortured and executed, and the society was disbanded. They broke the club up, called it a day. There was no compelling evidence that they ever possessed the Ark of the Covenant, the Holy Grail, or the blood of Jesus Christ. So nobody even really knows what the Holy Grail is. They're just protecting something that they think is the shit.
So what happened to this said Templar?
Doesn't say. I'm just giving you a brief summary of what the actual club was.
Well, I come across some information that would suggest that some of the members of the banished Knights Templar are actually partially responsible for the Illuminati.
The what?
Yes, the illuminated ones.
Right.
The Illuminati.
Right. And last but not least,
Wait.
everybody's.
Wait, I feel the Okay, go ahead. It
Fucked my vibe up so bad just then. Fucked it all up. It's
Okay, let's
last
start
but
over.
not. Okay, wait a minute. Shh.
The Illuminati. Introducing
Welcome
Illuminati.
to the stage, the illuminated one. Dun, 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 dun. Did the whole John Cena thing. But anyway, the Illuminati. Last but not least, everybody's favorite secret society is the Illuminati.
This is my favorite one.
They were originally tied in with the Freemasons.
I think I think the Illuminati is the melting pot of all the historic secret societies.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean,
since they've broken.
Excuse me.
Stop interrupting me, PJ. That's very rude.
Listen, this is called Conversations with Paycheck and Red.
So you get to talk before me because your name's first? Is that what's going on here?
No, I'm pinpointing the word conversation. Conversation works by,
conversing with someone else, not just.
Yeah. I mean, unless you wanted to give a lecture real quick.
I've got a PowerPoint presentation prepared for the Illuminati segment.
I bet you do too.
Not really. No, I'm lying.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Since they broke away from the Freemasons, they've been the focal point for all conspiracy theorists. Many who blame the Illuminati on disaster, mystery, and economic downturn. In point of fact, there's no evidence that the Illuminati still exists anyway. But that only seems to add to their mystique. Yeah. They're like the Wizard of Oz, the guy behind the curtain.
Well, I don't think they exist anymore. I think the new version is the Cabal.
We'll see. It all stems. You've got the pyramid thing here, right? The umbrella, and you've got the Illuminati at the top, and you've got all these little branches below. And you did say that it was the melting point or the melting pot of all secret societies. So there's no way that if they're the melting pot and the base of all secret societies, that they're just going to go away. They're just going to back up and let the what do you call them?
The Cabal?
Cabal, yeah. They're not just going to back away and let what you said.
The Cabal, motherfucker.
Take over.
But see, okay, is it my turn yet?
Yes, you can speak now.
Okay, thank you so much.
Hi.
Hello, everyone. This is Paycheck. Yeah. So do you believe in these secret societies that you mentioned?
I do. Yeah,
You do.
I do.
So I do too, and I think that's where the term awaken.
Oh, we had the same problem last episode.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The past tense of being awakened, awoke. I think awoke is the word. I haven't looked it up yet. I meant to after the episode last week, but I forgot.
I thought it was woke up.
Awakened. That's the correct terminology, I think. He's been
Okay,
awakened. Awoke. I think awoke is the word.
Well, that's
I might not
That's-
be a smart man, but I know what awoke is.
you guys. So I'm pretty sure that's where that word came from. You know, the awoken ones, the illuminated ones. So I believe also, and I think this shit goes back. I mean, if you think about human beings, Homo sapiens in general, the majority of them, like.
Wait, did you call me a homo?
Yeah, but I mean, only with the sapien type.
Oh, okay. Continue.
So, yeah, people want to be in charge. People want to lead. Not everybody. I know there's, leaders and then there's followers or whatever. But so, there's got to be. I mean, if you think about the economy, if you think about our financial situation globally, think about globalization in general. This is what people don't know is that most of these countries are like all working together for one common goal, and that's world domination. I know it sounds far-fetched, but if you think about man and how the power and the greed, you know what I mean. So
can I stop you right there for a second? Just for a second, I want to interject real quick. I'm pretty sure that Kim Jong-un thinks differently of that whole entire thing. That little short bastard's trying to take over the world by himself.
no.
I'm pretty sure he is.
Listen, here's how it works in a nutshell. Multiple countries, they all get together and they create this little play, if you will. And this play, the play is about whatever direction they want to lead the world into. So this whole little Kim Jong-un, there's a reason for it. They're scratching each other's backs. They're both going to benefit from this. Not just them both. Now, if the whole New World Order and the Illuminati and all that shit is truth, and if in fact all commander-in-chiefs are involved in it, then everything is done for a reason. It's called strategy. They're doing strategic shit. It looks like chaos to us because we don't know any better. Some of them, you got some dumb Americans who are like, hell yeah, go nuke them. You know what I mean? And all that dumb shit. But the truth is...
Wait a minute. Did you just make fun of redneck people?
No, well, listen,
Or
I can do that.
Or the Southern culture, rather? Not redneck. I put my foot in my mouth. Did you just make fun of Southern people?
Yeah, dude, I'm offended already.
You offended yourself. You offended me also because I'm from the South. That's fucked up.
Listen, you can't
We're
just
gonna nuke them, boy. Goddamn.
you cannot just jump over the fact that you said the word redneck. Dude, that's highly offensive to me. Highly.
Yeah, I kind of stuck my foot in my own mouth. I meant to say Southern culture, but redneck came out. You know what I'm saying? That's my bad.
No, I mean, it's that dumb who
Dumb. Now you're calling Southern culture dumb? Aren't you
No,
from the South, AJ?
Yeah, but I'm talking about an individual, not an individual and where he lives.
See, in my opinion, when the shit goes down and the whole New World
You
Order
better be.
takes effect, I want those Southern boys on my side. they got all the guns and all the ammo shit, you know what I mean? Anyway, sorry about that. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Listen, any of your little guns that you have in your house, when this shit hits the fan, they're gonna send a fucking drone over your house. It's just gonna drop a bomb on your house. You can shoot that drone down, but they're just gonna fly another drone over. Do you think they're literally gonna come kicking in doors?
No, they're not going to send a fucking drone to blow my house up. You talking about some Independence Day bullshit? That ain't going to happen right now.
Let me tell you this, and I can tell you this from experience because I come from a strong military family. My wife is a veteran. There is nothing that you can do. Believe me when I tell you this. There is nothing that you can do to survive. If the United States military wanted you dead, you would be dead. It doesn't matter what kind of weapons you have up under your bed. You know.
I'll pull out my 30-06 and blow their damn heads off. But I'll do. Damn it.
Yeah, dude, that was super offensive.
You said it first.
There goes the majority of our listeners right there.
You said it first. I was making fun of you, actually.
So yeah, I believe that there are. Here's how I see it. I think that let's take 5. Let's just say 5. I don't know that to be an actual number, but let's just take the 5 of the richest people in the world. So do you have those 5 people, or are you just naming 5 people? You're just saying 5 people. I don't know the first 5 people, but I can certainly name you 5 people. Or they might not be people, but either a person or a corporation. I can name 5 that control how this world works.
But you said 5 people.
Well, 5 people have to found these corporations, right?
Well, no, a group of people could found things.
Right. So, but the word people is in there, right?
Sure, yeah.
There you go.
A group of people, yeah.
I'm a debating motherfucker.
Yeah, continue. We're talking about the Illuminati here, not taking over the world. Pinky in the brain.
What do you think the Illuminati's goal is?
To brainwash celebrities into doing dumb shit in public.
You added a branch to the tree, bro. I wasn't ready for that branch yet.
Oh, we hadn't jumped off that branch yet?
No, but since we're over there, I'd like to talk about that also.
Well, hold on. We can hop back up to the other branch. Because you haven't even touched on how the Illuminati is supposedly controlling the weather with HAARP. You haven't even mentioned that.
Well, that's why I like you, Red.
Why?
So
I want to know right now your main reason for liking me. I want to validate our friendship right here in public, right now.
Well, because we have a podcast called Conversations with Paycheck.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Let me back up to the other branch.
Pinky in the brain, HAARP, or celebrity involvement?
I'll do the pinky in the brain real quick. So, you take 5 of the richest people in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows with money comes power.
Mm-hmm.
So, think of it like this. Name some ways that you would communicate with the masses, with public in general.
Television.
In today's television. Okay.
Radio.
Yep. Any more? Internet. Big one.
Newspapers? People still read newspapers?
Nah, I don't think so. Social media. So, these 5 people.
Wait a minute. Do the Illuminati? Wait, hold on. Do the Illuminati have a Snapchat?
Yeah, but it's
Can I
all.
follow the Illuminati on Snapchat?
Only if they have the check mark by their name. You know what I mean?
What does their Bitmoji look like?
A what? Bitmoji.
Sorry.
These 5 rich people. One owns the biggest bank in the world. The other one owns the biggest or most popular TV station.
Mm-hmm.
The other one owns the biggest social media platform.
Mm-hmm.
So when these 5 people get together with a common goal, they can literally reach everybody with their agenda. So now, people aren't stupid. So they can't just jump in with 2 feet and be like, hey, we're taking over the world. You know, people will get upset about that. You know what I mean? They'll be going to get the gun down from under the bed.
I don't keep my guns under my bed. That's kind of
safe, secure, smart. Are those the words you're looking for?
Yes, those are exactly the words I'm looking
You should always keep at least one firearm under the bed.
for. Under the bed? I
Yeah,
can't really reach. My bed's pretty high off the ground. I can't really reach under my bed from laying down. I can't really do that.
No. See, dude, every house that I've ever lived in, especially since being married, I situate myself in the bedroom, on the bed, where I sleep. It's a thought-out process on why I sleep on that side of the bed and what's on that side of the bed. So, in the case of emergency, I just roll off my bed. When I roll off my bed, I'm secured for the most part. I'm not visible to the, you'd have to find me. And that's also where my firearms are. So if you kick in my door, I roll off the bed, boom, there's my firearm. One of them.
So you're not one of those high-tech rednecks that keeps a pistol under the pillow.
No, I'd shoot myself. I'm a heavy. But to get back to the 5 people, so you take the one who owns the biggest bank in the world. He can control the money.
Mm-hmm.
You get the person who has the biggest social media platform. He can control the information. You see what I'm saying? So you take these 5 people, and they are literally in charge of every quote-unquote important aspect of our lives. Money, food, wealth distribution, and now you mentioned weather. Now that sounds stupid, but anybody that doesn't know, now I'm not saying this is truth, I'm just going to give you some information that you can look up for yourself, but there's a difference between damn, I lost the word. Shit. Chemtrails is one of them, and that's not the word I forgot. It's what is the regular flume? Like smoke flume?
Yeah. Right, it's plumes, right? Not flumes.
I think so.
It's plumes.
It's something ooms. Can we agree on that?
Fuck yeah! It's ooms something ooms. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's plumes.
So the reason behind that is because those chemtrails, according to the information that I've received, is that did you ever notice that?
Wait a minute, though. Hold on.
Let me finish. Let me just get this thought out. So did you know that they expand through time? So it first looks like a flume, whatever. But then gradually it doesn't go away like a flume does, like a normal, it starts expanding. So eventually this thing makes about 10, 15 passes, and all of a sudden you've got this pretty big cloud, and it could be right in front of the sun. They could block the sun. So that's a weapon. That's saying to whatever foreign country, or us, it could be a global thing. We control agriculture now.
Yeah, but chemtrails, I don't think control the weather per se, because they're chemtrails. What's chem short for?
No.
Chemicals.
No, you're mixing up HARP and what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we're talking about controlling the weather. Isn't that what you said?
No. Yeah, but not in the aspect that you're talking about. You're talking about making clouds.
An actual machine,
right,
that produces weather. Yes, an actual machine.
You're right. I'm wrong. Chemtrails are the chemical that's to be affecting us physically.
That's not. I didn't say you were wrong. I'm just saying.
No, I said that. I said I was wrong.
But you're not.
Go ahead.
Chemtrails
Yeah,
are valid. Now, don't do me like that. Chemtrails are valid
No.
in the conversation, but whenever you were talking about controlling the weather, I was talking about the actual HAARP machine, like the actual thing.
Yeah, that's. I was incorrect.
Chemtrails control the masses, not the weather.
No, what I'm saying is that I was wrong because I'm sorry, my daughter just came into my office. The chemtrails distribute a chemical that allegedly affects our physical bodies gradually. You're talking about weather, so I was wrong. The HAARP, they created an artificial cloud, and that cloud is to block out the sun rays, which of course is an agricultural disaster.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
So you're admitting that you're wrong. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, dude. And this is one of the when we first decided to talk about conspiracies and all this stuff. I was very apprehensive, and I'm still apprehensive because there's so many branches that lead into one. This one leads into the other one, so it's hard to stay on track, and focus on because they all kind of lead to each other. I mean, it's this one started, and just like we just talked about, going all the way back to the Freemasons and the Rosicrucians, and now here we are in today's era, the Illuminati and the Cabal. You know what I mean? So it's hard to stay on track or pinpoint one particular society, if you will.
Right. I'm actually. I was a little a little apprehensive about this series of episodes because I'm actually scared of the little white bald pale men in the suits that are going to come get me when we're done with this.
Not the guys in the black. Not the men in black.
Those are the guys. I'm not talking about Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith. I'm not talking about. I'm not worried about Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones coming to get me. I'm worried about the little pale, bald-headed dudes in suits that wear the black hats and the black suits and ties and all that shit.
So do you believe in that stuff?
I do. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So do you believe it's the reason is for one world order?
Well,
do you think Lucifer is involved in any of this?
it's possible. It's possible. He is known as the ultimate deceiver, but I'm thinking more along the lines of just government secrets that's not supposed to be known. I mean, a lot of these secret societies that we've talked about so far, the information about all of them are all over the public knowledge. But I don't know if we're going to touch on aliens or not. But Area 51 is a real place that houses. So when you start talking about government secrets in general, secret societies, conspiracy theories, or what have you, the government is listening to this exact episode, this podcast right now. And there are millions. We're not the only ones to ever do a conspiracy theory podcast or episode on conspiracy theory. But what I'm saying is, some things you can't just air out the government's dirty laundry and get away with it.
I'm actually surprised you went with Area 51 instead of Antarctica.
Well, I mean, Area 51 is the more mainstream area. It's the most talked. Yeah. It's the most talked about. Everybody knows it. But
True.
Area 51, dude. Like, these motherfuckers will stop you 30 miles before you ever get to that motherfucker. 30 miles. That's not even remotely close to the front gate of Area 51, but them motherfuckers will stop you 30 miles. So something's going on. I'm not just talking about a high-tech gun that ain't nobody got yet, or a high-tech plane that nobody has yet. I'm talking about super secret. I know it is. But there's other shit going on there than just the coolest gun or the fastest airplane.
Yeah, it's a combination of both of those, I think.
Right. It's a combination of all kinds of shit. You talk about the Illuminati being the melting pot of secret societies. Area 51 would be the melting pot of conspiracy theories. Because the majority, yeah, dude. Any conspiracy theory ever has ever been made public. If you look at it and research it enough, it all goes back to either the Illuminati or Area 51.
Yeah, but when you say melting pot, that means that everything is put in that melting pot. There's not a lot of stuff that's put into Area 51, but a lot of stuff has been taken off since Area 50. Area 51 was more like the introduction to there's some shit going on in this country.
Right. But something happened back in the day in the 50s to make Area 51 such a fucking secret. They didn't just say, we're going to pick Area 51 to house all the government secrets. They could have picked anywhere.
Yeah, I'm just so far past Area 51.
Of course we are. We've already been way past Area 51. I was just throwing that in there as part of the secret society conspiracy theory theme that we're going with here. We haven't touched on Area 51 at all. I was just throwing that in there.
I think that's where the cabal would come into play. So I think the cabal is the combination of government, entertainment, financial, economic, if you want to put those together.
But can we back up for just a second? You said you didn't believe. You believe in all this other interdimensional conspiracy theory, secret society shit, but you don't believe in aliens.
I believe in what you call aliens, but I don't believe them to be aliens. I believe them to be a demonic presence.
Are you chomping in my fucking ear right now?
I'm sorry, dude. After a safety meeting is the Twix.
You see, real safety meeting participants, they're past the Twix. They don't even bother with the Twix anymore.
Well, usually it's cereal.
That's worse.
That's about the same. They're both equally wonderful.
So you don't believe in aliens? Why not? Why not?
I believe in what you call aliens. I believe in the same thing, but I don't call them aliens. I call it a demonic presence from a different dimension. I don't believe we've left the atmosphere. I don't believe we've landed on the moon.
Oh, come on, dude.
My balls are even so big to say that currently, right now, at this very moment, I believe that the Earth is flat.
Oh, hell. Thanks for listening to the Paycheck and Red podcast. Dude, seriously, come on, man.
Listen, we could have a very lengthy conversation about all this stuff.
Right, but real quick, I'm not even gonna entertain the idea of a flat Earth. I'm not even gonna go there.
It's because you're not awoke yet.
That's the most asinine thing I've ever heard. Anyway, you think, going back to the whole alien thing, just real fast, I want to touch on this real quick. You think that you don't even believe in the atmosphere. That's fucking ridiculous. But you don't think in this entire universe, this infinite universe that we live in, that we are the only loneliest motherfuckers in the whole entire universe. And I'm not just talking about the Milky Way. I'm talking about infinite space. Forever space. You think we are the only motherfuckers here?
No. I think that the same people myself, you, I think we are doing the exact same thing at the exact same time, just in a different dimension. Time does not exist. I believe that there are multiple dimensions, and when people say they see ghosts or they see aliens or deja vu or what did you call that? The doppelganger?
Mm-hmm.
Those are all that's a different dimension that if anybody knows anything about science and they know what a dimension, a parallel dimension looks like, it's two squiggly lines, like two snakes. But if you think two snakes going as fast as they can side by side each other, eventually their bodies are going to accidentally touch.
No, they're not. Not if they're moving in a parallel line. That's fucking science. If two parallel lines are moving in the same direction at the same time, they're never going to touch.
But wait a minute.
That's science.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm talking about because they do a left to right rotation to move forward. As they're moving forward parallel to one another, they accidentally bump into each other in the middle of their left to right movement.
No, they don't. Not if they're in sync. Not if they're in sync. They're not. No, they're absolutely not going.
I'm using the snake as an example. It's not.
How about use two bullets? Those two bullets will never fucking touch in a straight line.
Right.
Okay, so what's the difference in two bullets and two snakes?
Let's just disregard the whole fucking bullet and the snake thing. Let's just do two squiggly lines.
It doesn't make any sense.
Look, let's do this. Put your arms at a 90-degree angle with your elbows facing down and your fingertips facing up.
Like cornholio.
Yes. Now, wiggle your hands, your fingertips like a snake, and make it go all the way down to your arm. You know, in and out, so it looks like.
Are you trying to get me to dance right now?
No, listen. So
you're trying to get me to break dance right now.
Now listen. So take your fingertips and go in and out. You know what I mean? And you'll see how sometimes your fingertips will almost touch accidentally. You don't want them to. So when we're talking about multiple dimensions, I'm talking about, let's just say 2 dimensions, okay? Let's keep it simple. Only 2 dimensions, they accidentally collide with one another. That's how you get the deja vu feeling. When you experience deja vu, I believe that you experienced what the other person in a different dimension experienced. It's this big thing, man. You know, it's
okay. Well, here's a question. Here's a question. Okay, you believe in planets, right?
Not the way you believe in planets.
Oh, why not? It's scientific fact that there are more than just Earth in the universe.
Okay,
it's scientific fact.
Okay, listen.
With the technology that man has, now wait a minute, with the technology that man has, over the course of centuries, has developed technology to know that there are more than just one planet. Okay? So, with that being said, these dimensions that you're talking about, these 2 dimensions or 3 or 4 or 5, however many there you say there are, do these dimensions exist on a one planet, or is this a interplanetary thing, or is this just something that stays right here on your flat Earth?
Red, why do you keep saying other planets? Have you ever seen another planet?
Yeah.
Where? When did you go into outer space and see another planet?
Dude, every night around knock time, I go way out there.
Yeah, you do.
Listen, dude. All right.
Just after your safety meeting, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I'm a space cadet, if you will. No, there's proof, dude. I mean, you're gonna tell me that the pictures and the video of Mars, Mercury, or Venus, or Neptune, or even Uranus, you're gonna tell me all that's fake, right? You're gonna tell me all that shit's made up, all computer generated. We never made it to the moon. None of that.
Listen.
Where do these
Listen.
multiple planes exist? No, listen to me. Where do these multiple planes exist?
Listen to me for a second. Hold on. Imagine as far back as you can go in school. Elementary school, hopefully. Imagine in elementary school they told you that Paycheck had the biggest dick in the world. And then in junior high, they told you that Paycheck had the biggest dick in the world. In high school, the same thing. And all the TVs and all the scientists and all the news, they all told you that Paycheck had the biggest dick in the world. Eventually, you think Paycheck has the biggest dick in the world, huh? Matter of fact, you would think that so much that you would teach your kids that Paycheck has the biggest dick in the world. And they would
not unless I've seen it.
Well, wait a minute. So, generations and generations and generations and generations, they all think that Paycheck has the biggest dick in the world because that's what they were told. That's what they were told for generations and generations and generations and generations. So, this is fact what I'm fixing to tell you. Just because you heard it or saw it on TV or heard on, whatever, doesn't make it true. Doesn't make it real.
Okay, well, where did you get all your interdimensional knowledge from? Did you read it in a book, in the Encyclopedia Britannica, or did you get it off the internet? Or did somebody tell you? No, don't backstep. Where'd you get your information from?
Backstep? I didn't even say.
Where'd you get your information from? No, answer my question, damn it. Where'd you get your information from?
Okay, let me tell you where I got my information from. Calm down.
Did they bring come out of your closet and tell you that heroes live forever and legends never die, or what? I mean, come on. Be real with me here.
I am what you call
a woke.
I don't even know what that is. I'm sensitive.
I'm listening to the ramblings of a man that thinks Earth is flat.
Listen, I have been seeking and searching for knowledge most of my life. I've always questioned everything. I'm the type of guy that goes outside, looks up at the stars, and be like, man, that's interesting. What is that? Why is that? You know what I mean? And so when you're a little kid, you hear this, you do your little research or whatever, and then when you get a little older, you do, because you're interested in it. So you've looked into this a few times. So throughout my whole life, when I pinpoint something that I'm interested in and I do research on it, over all these years, it has changed. It has changed every 5 to 10 years or whatever. Science changes. There's new shit that's found out. They find out that shit they thought was true is not true anymore. Science is a man in a fucking lab coat in a fucking lab. Nothing more. There might be 2 of them. And maybe 2 of them got with 3 of them, and they all agreed. But do you know what they call a scientist that got C's in high school and college?
A stoner?
A scientist. It doesn't matter what kind of fucking grade you got, as long as you passed. So all these motherfuckers that are talking about all these planets and solar systems and universes, for all I know, these are the scientists that got the C's in fucking college. So I don't know them. I don't know them to be trustworthy. So, but society wants you to say, this is an expert. So believe him. Believe everything that he tells you. Same thing goes with religion. Same thing goes, with being in school. See, that's the problem. That's why people like you are so dumbfounded.
People like me.
What I'm saying is that you just took, and I was guilty of it years ago. I've been awake for quite some time. You just believe what people tell you. Yeah, you do your own research or whatever, but it is very difficult for an average guy, not saying that you're an average guy, I'm just talking about an average guy in general, to do credible, reliable research. Most of them are not even information literate, so they don't know what they're researching. They'll go, remember how we joked a few episodes about I found it on Wikipedia? Mm-hmm. People go to fucking Wikipedia, they read this shit, and they think it's fucking, the Holy Grail, it's fact, it's truth. So that's my only issue, and that's why I think the way I think, and others think the way they think. I'm not saying that I know I have all the information and I know all the truths, you know, and facts and everything. I don't know truths and facts, but what I do know is that out of the, let's see, I'm 42 years old, so I can say at least 20 years, for the last 20 years, out of all the research that I've done, is far different than what everybody else is telling me. Society, the government, churches, you know what I'm saying? All the research that I've done in the past 20 years is way different. That's why you and I are thinking different right now. Because you're used to the, what Grandpappy taught you, and what his Grandpappy taught him.
Are you making fun of my Grandpappy?
No, but you know, listen, the truth
I
is...
draw the line when you make fun of my Grandpappy, damn it.
But listen, you're from the South, so automatically...
Oh, we're touching on the Southern culture again.
No, listen, I'm from Georgia, so what I know what I'm fixing to say is very touchy, but it's about where you're from, the culture that that surrounds you, the people that surround you. You know what I mean? So it's the trickle down effect. So my grandpa believed something, and he told my dad. So my dad believed that because his grandpa told him, or his dad told him. So now he tells me, and I think it's true because my dad told me, and his dad told him, and his dad told him. So I'm going to tell my kids, and it's the damn trickle down effect. So a lot of us go through life, especially in these small, I got to choose my words carefully here.
Uh-oh.
These small towns where people don't get out and they don't experience different cultures and different lifestyles. They're subjected to just one lifestyle, so they don't know any better. So anything different is wrong. So you know, parallel that with what we're talking about here, because I think differently than you in the mainstream. You know, the masses, for the most part, because I believe that, you know, the way I think is, I don't think there's a lot of people out there. I know there are a lot of people out there, but not as many people as that just, they're hand-fed information.
Okay, so in all this whole 5-minute rambling that you've just done, you never one time answered either of my questions.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
What was your question?
Number one. Calm down a little bit. Get your breath. Where do these dimensions exist? On what planet? We are living on a huge hunk of rock right now. Okay. Where do these dimensions exist? On what planet? And you rambled so damn long. I don't even know what the fucking second question even was.
There is no. It doesn't work like that. There aren't.
Number one, stop munching in my fucking ear. That's annoying.
It's the last one. It was the left side.
Dude, it took you 20 minutes to eat a Twix?
No, but it was one of those long ones, the king size that come in like 6 different pieces maybe. So I've been enjoying them. I don't want to just swallow down all of them at once.
You enjoy them long ones, don't you?
Yeah.
I hear you. So so in all this, we've rambled on and went way out of perspective in the last few minutes.
No, I was very articulate to the point.
But what does that have to do with secret societies? Tie it all together for me real quick.
Okay. Imagine everything that you've ever seen, learned, been taught is all a lie. It's all wrong.
But wait
there's a reason.
Wait.
And there's you asked me a question. Let me answer the question.
Wait a minute. I'm interjecting right now. Hold on just a second.
I quit.
We'll quit when I get done. Just a second, okay? Oh, see, you done fucked it all up, man.
Yeah, because you interrupt. How dare you interrupt me while I'm interrupting you?
But I interrupted you first. What? Here. What makes your way the right way? We already touched on this already. I've already asked you this question one time. What makes your awoken state, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, what makes that the right way?
Because I seek.
Why not my way is the right way?
Because I seek the truth. Most do not. Most people just live. There's a difference between human being and human doing. A human being, they're just dirty, wake up, Alarm clock went off, go to work, come home, eat dinner, go to bed, wake up, go to work. You know what I'm saying? They're just being. As opposed to someone like myself. Now listen, I'm not saying that my way is the right way. But what I can say is that in my world, in my realm, in my reality, yeah, I'm heading in the right direction. And it all starts with being self-aware.
So you think?
No, listen. And I'm gonna tie this all in. I'm fixing to drop it on you.
Oh shit.
So all the work that I'm doing.
Hold on. Is this got anything to do with Beyonce and Jay-Z real quick?
Well, I mean, we are talking about the Illuminati.
You just went on a tangent about interdimensional shit and aliens, and we went everywhere in the last 20 minutes.
No, we're talking about all the same thing. So you're just not awoke. So you're looking at.
I'm not awoke. I'm not awoke.
Listen. So hear me out. You are looking at these as separate topics, separate conversations. So it's weird to you, and you're like, "Oh my God, we're rambling. We're everywhere." What I'm trying to tell you is that this is all one topic. This all leads into this to the truth. And the truth is that nothing that you have learned, most of the stuff that you believe to be reality is not reality.
So says Paycheck.
Yeah, the enlightened one.
Yeah. Yeah. So says.
One.
Yeah. So everything that you say, or have said in the last hour and a half, or however long we've been on here, has been nothing but the truth, according to you.
Right. So let me.
That doesn't make it truth.
Right. So let me say this then. I cannot confirm nor deny anything that I've said today. However, man, I had a good one too, man. And
You should have been concentrating on them Twix and concentrating on the podcast.
I should have wrote it down while it was in my head, but I'm not saying that I'm right. But I can say that I'm smart enough to know that there's a whole lot more shit going on than what we believe to be.
Oh, of course, I'll agree with you there.
I believe
I'll totally agree with you there.
I believe we are in the middle of a huge lie, and it's all going to come out because I'm going to expose it. Next episode, we will expose these motherfuckers.
So what does that got to do with Jay-Z and Beyonce and the majority of other?
Do you really go there?
Well, we're talking about secret societies, and we were talking about you mentioned celebrities at the beginning of the episode, so we haven't even said anything about celebrities.
All right. Well, let me just touch on here. I'll say this. I'll say there are different levels of celebrity. It's up to you how far you want to go. So, if you want to be Denzel Washington celebrity, then you're going to have to pay for that. You're going to have to give up something. You're going to have to sacrifice something for that. That shit ain't free. You don't just get to walk down the red carpet, because you're cute, because, you're a good thespian.
Well, what does it take to be Denzel Washington then?
Well, now I can't say Denzel Washington, you know what I mean, but...
Well, to his caliber, rather. Let's put it that way. What does it take to be a celebrity of Denzel Washington's caliber?
You're trying to set me up, ain't you?
I'm just asking you a question, man. I'm just innocently asking you a question.
Well, rumor has it that in order to be an A-list celebrity, you're sucking dick and you're giving up booty. And look, again, this is one of those topics that I can go on and on, so it's going to be hard for me to stay on track because there's so much information. But I can say this from and this is my opinion. This is just what I've gathered, but I have done a lot of research on it.
On the internet.
No, dude, listen, I'm 42 years old. The internet wasn't the only thing that existed. I had Encyclopedia Britannicas, motherfucker. If I had a question and I went to my parents, it was literally a shit ton of them up on this fancy bookshelf that my parents bought.
That your mom and dad paid $795 for.
Probably.
Yeah, I had some of them too.
Yeah, they would always point up there to the encyclopedias and the dictionaries and the thesauruses and, you know, so that's before the internet is still new to me. You know this, because you're going through it too. This technologically advanced shit, you know what I mean? I'm new at it. So most of the research that I've done in the past 20 years, you know, or longer, a good portion of that is the real deal, old-fashioned, nose to the grind research, asking questions. You know,
I'm pretty sure that when you break out the Encyclopedia Britannica that covers words that start with I, I'm pretty sure that Illuminati was not in there.
Nope, not back then. It wasn't.
So where are you getting your information from then? You got a guidebook on the Illuminati and secret societies, or what?
No, it's no. You know some people who went who are Freemasons.
He knows people that are in the Illuminati.
No. Listen to me. I know people who are like legitimately, like one for example. I have an uncle who's a Freemason. So I know a little bit about Freemasons and, you know, the goals and, you know, all that. I also know some thespians. I know some thespians who went to college.
Did you just call me a lesbian?
No.
Because I am a lesbian. You were right about that.
Yeah.
But no, listen to me.
Let me finish.
You just paused, so I'm talking.
Let me finish.
I
know thespians. I know thespians who have went to college and went to Hollywood and tried to make it big. And I know some old friends that I grew up with who, you know, tried to get into the music industry. And they have stories to tell. All of them.
Well, how about we stop right here, because it's getting ready to get good. Let's stop right here, and we'll save the celebrity affiliation with the secret societies for the next episode.
Like, do you don't want me to talk about them getting pumped in the booty? How a lot of rappers these days are super feminine?
No, you can talk about it right now if you want to. I was just, I was going to save it for another episode. But if you want to keep talking, my friend, go ahead and keep talking.
Well, that's another direction. That's another thing that they're trying to, the people are trying to do. They're trying to strip masculinity, from.
So wait a minute. So all I got to do to be famous, and I'm pretty sure I've always wanted to be famous. I've always wanted to be famous for playing music, because I've been in lots of bands, and I excuse me, I like to think of myself as a self-glorified rock star, right? So I'd love to be famous. I'd love to be famous.
Okay, well,
so you're telling me, wait a minute. So you're telling me that if I want to be famous, I got to suck some dick?
Well, let's. It's like this, okay? So you play your little local gigs, you get some recognition. You go to the tri-state area. You go to a few different states. You might go to Nashville. You might go to California, wherever your little van will take you. And then all of a sudden, somebody says, "Hey, you want to cut a demo?" Yeah, and y'all make up some kind of agreement or whatever, monetary or whatnot, and then it's played on the radio. So then all of a sudden people start calling you, and all of a sudden you get a record deal, and they give you this big fat check, and now you got millions of dollars. So you go out and you buy this big old house, and you go over here and you buy these big cars and all this fancy shit, and then you get called into the executive's office, and they say, "Come on in, sit down. How are you?" And you say, "I'm fucking fantastic. I'm a millionaire. I'm living it up, living at large." And then they say, "Okay, so you want to keep going with that? Do you want to keep doing that, or do you just want to lose everything right now?" So if you were making millions of dollars for, let's say, 2-3 years, you were in the public eye a little bit, you were starting to blow up, and then all of a sudden, you were called into the office, and they said, "Do you want to stop it now, and it all goes away? Or do you want to continue to grow and make more money and become more famous? Which would you choose?"
Obviously, I'd choose to keep going. But wait a minute now. You're gonna tell me that somebody like Willie fucking Nelson, okay, one of the greatest Americans on this planet, you're gonna tell me that man agreed to suck some dick to be famous?
Would you consider him to be
Elvis fucking Presley, the king of rock and roll, does not suck dick. He's a panty dropper. He's not a dick sucker.
Well, listen. I mean, I'm sure I'm gonna piss some people off, but Elvis Presley was hardly the king of rock.
Oh, shut your motherfucking mouth right now. Don't even finish that thought. Elvis Presley was the king of rock and roll. No question.
No.
No question.
Have you ever heard Elvis Presley sing?
Yeah.
It goes a little something like this. It goes a little something like this.
Oh, here we go.
Since my baby left me, I found a new place to dwell. Now, is that fucking music to you?
That was the worst impersonation of Elvis Presley I've ever heard.
No, I've been through school for my singing abilities.
But not your Elvis impersonation. So that was the worst. Quite possibly the worst Elvis impersonation I've ever heard. Dude,
Listen.
You're not gonna tell me that
Yes.
Willie Nelson's a dick sucker? No way.
I know.
Wait till I
I'm
see
not.
you this weekend. I'm gonna smack you right in the mouth.
I'm not telling you that. You're not listening to me. You're high. And you're not paying attention.
You're telling me that Willie Nelson got famous for his musical ability. He became famous. He made some money, and he got pulled into the executive office and said, "Hey, you want to keep being Willie Nelson, or you want to be a homeless man?" And he said, "Yeah, I want to keep being Willie Nelson." Well, there you go. There it is. Get to work.
No,
absolutely not.
Right, absolutely not. Why do you think that is?
Because he's Willie fucking Nelson.
Absolutely not. Okay, absolutely. Now, would you put Willie Nelson in the same category as Kanye?
Fuck no.
There you go. I'm not talking about the Willie Nelsons. I'm not talking about the Elvis Presley.
Why not?
I'm talking about the Kanye Wests, the Kim Kardashians, the...
Why leave Willie Nelson and Elvis Presley out of that equation? Though? They're still fucking humongous celebrities.
Because
we've already established that secret societies and the Illuminati has been around since the dawn of man. Why not Elvis Presley and Willie fucking Nelson?
Because they're
are they woke like John Paycheck?
Dude, you have to let me jump in every now and then. You're asking me questions and then I try to answer and then you're like, I'm like,
you ramble on for 20 minutes and not let me talk like you. Yeah, I've done the same exact thing.
Yeah, but we can't talk on top of each other because nobody's going to hear me at all.
I changed the name. This is the Conversations with Red.
Yeah. We're not talking about...
Why not, though?
Because the Willie Nelsons, the Merle Haggards, some of you gangster rappers, some people are rebels. They're street. They're country. They grew up a different kind of way. They're into morals and integrity and their name and their reputation, as opposed to some people. Wait a minute. As opposed to some people who will sell their soul to the devil. For Willie Nelson is not mainstream. He's always been now.
What?
Listen to me. Let me explain what I mean by that.
You must be living in the other dimension you were talking about.
He's not in the. You don't see him on TV on MTV and BET or hardly CMT. CMT is for your Jason Aldeans and your Luke Bryans and your Blake Sheltons. You don't see Willie Nelson on the CMT channel. You don't see him on these public TV stations. He didn't.
What?
He didn't sell out like the Jason Aldeans and the Luke Bryans and all them. He's a badass. He's not gonna take a dick in the ass. He's not gonna suck dick. That's Willie Nelson. But now you take Justin Bieber. Of course he's sucking a damn dick. So of course he's taking it in the butt.
You can say dick, but not ass.
Yeah, I don't know.
Your equation makes no sense at all. Like, that is way the fuck out there. So you're saying that the celebrity world, the Hollywood community, is controlled by the Illuminati. Fair enough to say?
The what?
the celebrity community, the Hollywood community?
No, I'm not gonna say all of them. I'm gonna say a large number of them. Yeah, but see, look, again, this is the part about these certain people sold their soul to the devil for rich and fame. Some climb to the top because they're badasses, and you know they worked hard, and you know the old cliche shit.
So the devil steered away from outlaw country, is what you said.
Yo,
I ain't fucking with that. That's some badass shit. They got their own thing going on.
we'll do this. We'll save the rest for the next episode, and we'll get more into detail, you know, in that direction.
You're such a tease, Paycheck.
Well, tell them where they can find us at.
Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Yep, and my boy Red's working on a Snapchat.
Oh, am I? Am I working on Snapchat?
No, dude, we cannot have a Snapchat.
Yeah, I don't even know how to work Snapchat. That would be your department. Anyway, Facebook at Paycheck and Red, Twitter at Paycheck and Red, Instagram, Paycheck and Red Podcast. We're on Anchor, Apple, Podbean, Stitcher, RadioPublic, Tunein. We're all over all of that. Thick. And, I almost forgot, Paycheck. I almost forgot.
Hey, don't forget to tell them about the number.
Yes. We've been neglecting to mention this over the last couple episodes because we've been too involved in the episode. But we hit 500 plus listeners about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So we're 500 plus, 600, somewhere in that area right now. And that's a pretty big accomplishment because we're just two Southern boys that like to chat, that like to talk shit, we like to
Smoke.
we like to smoke, we like to drink, and we're just rambling right now. This is what we do when we're in front of one another. So we put it together and we recorded it and we made a podcast out of it. And for 500 plus fucking people to listen to it and pay attention to it and like it and subscribe to it and all that shit is a huge thing. So
We appreciate it.
I think I can speak for Paycheck when I say we appreciate the fuck out of it and love y'all.
Yep.
So, you know, that's a huge deal because there's billions of people in this world, but there's 500 plus of you that care enough about Paycheck and Red to listen every week and all that. And it's a huge deal for us because we didn't even think it would even amount to 100. So,
Are you gonna suck their dicks? Are you gonna suck their dicks too?
no, they're not in the Illuminati. We can't do that. No, I'm the Willie Nelson of the podcast world.
All right, that's it. I guess we'll see y'all next time.
Yeah, later.